welcome to the new shop, and I've got a new little product. I've actually had a couple guys request this now. So the most common bolt knob that you're going to see on all of the Savage Model 10 and 110s is this guy right here. It's a small round ball knob. It's got a knurled top to it. It doesn't have a lot of leverage on it, and as we all know, a lot of Savages have a pretty heavy bolt lift, especially at that very top section of the bolt lift. So we're going to remedy this a little bit. I have seen similar products like this for other guns out there, like Howas, Remingtons, and so forth. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a clamp-on bolt handle onto the gun. Now, to make sure you have the right one, first thing I want you to do is measure yours first. Here's a close-up of what this guy looks like. Knurled top, smooth bottom. Also, it's a cast part, so this radius does also follow the gas block that's on the back. Now, some things about it. The ball itself is about 0.8 inches, all right? And then the neck down here, it's about 0.3. There is an older version of this out there which has basically a thinner stem. It's about 0.2 inches. And I wouldn't recommend trying this kit for that particular bolt handle. It's also swept back just slightly. This one's just got the tiniest little bit of sweep back, not much. It's for the most part, it's straight. But make sure you got a 0.3 inch neck and a 0.8 inch ball. And of course it's got this knurled top. That way you know that's the one that will fit this guy right here. If we can get it in focus, there we go. Now let's put it together. So when you buy this kit, it's going to come in a bag. I'll have the two halves. There is a screw, it's a Phillips screw, and then of course some glue that comes along with it. Now I make a variety of different colors. I've got this in pink, I've got this in like an army green, which a lot of guys really like the army green when they do get it. I know the black is actually really popular. It's probably the best seller, but the surface finishes on the green plastics they look nicer. So they are labeled bottom and top. Although this is a round knob, you actually could rotate this just about any way you want. However, where the logo is, there's actually like a bit of a scoop to it, which will give you better clearance with your scope. So this basically right here is designed to provide you with clearance if you got a really big scope that's mounted low on your gun. Now, the glue that I send, this is E6000. And it's not a very permanent glue. As you can see, as soon as you pop it open, it's going to start oozing. And then in the top half, all right, there is actually a knurled circular spot in here. And this is where you kind of put the glue. I make a bead that is about the size of a pea. And you could actually do it on each side if you want. And so we're going to put it on the bottom, and then once on the top, and they will, for most practical purposes, snap together. And we're going to set it down upside down. And I get a big Phillips screwdriver and just tighten it down. The screw goes in pretty hard, and then you'll actually kind of feel it bottom out a little bit. And now for the part I'm sure you're waiting for, because you'd much rather see a gun than my face. There you go. Gives you about 3/4 of an inch more length to the actual bolt, and it's a nice big shape. I mean, you can kind of tell it takes a lot less effort to manipulate it now versus earlier. And once you do get it on there, I would recommend that you kind of look at this line right here and just kind of make sure it sights along with the barrel. That way, this cut right here gives you the maximum clearance with your scope. And there you go, that's it. It's pretty easy install. These are pretty cheap. That's one of the things that when I was designing the product, I was like, I want to make this cheap. I've seen other plastic ones out there, they're 40 bucks sometimes or more, which I was like, at that point, you might as well just get another bolt handle altogether, or get one that's machined rather than plastic. So these guys are pretty cheap. They're under 20 bucks. On my website, I think at present they're like $16, but who knows where they'll go with inflation these days. So there you go. Hope you enjoy that and find this kind of helps you with your Savage.